Okay, I'm going to make an attempt here of making this kind of a lantern. Okay, a lamp of some kind for all my classes. Basically, if you look at this, guys, if you look at this lamp here, what I did is I basically drew the division of parts. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3, kind of something like that. Okay, you can see cube 1, that's a cube, that's a cube, cube, cube. So basically there are 4 cubes. All right, and the structure of the cube is here. And essentially if we can taper the bottom of this or taper the top of that, we basically have 2 of our shapes, okay? And then these ones are just simple scale moves, which I wrote. And it's a cube scaled down on the Z-axis and then duplicated above, a little small and so forth, okay? Let me set this up, let's do this. Okay, that's not what I wanted background to see my terrible desktop here, but life goes on. All right, here we go. We got this here. And I think in this tutorial, I'd like everybody to be comfortable with working in their orthographic views like this. Okay, so just simple flat views, okay? So if I call this my base, watch. If I type this and call it base, okay? And I'm just I'm gonna hover here until I get this little line here. I'm gonna move this over until I see the names, okay? Gonna go to scale, that's my base. So look at that. Without doing anything, I'm just using the scale tool on one axis and bringing it down, okay? There's that. So I use my move tool now, click on it, slide it down, leave it here, okay? Add, mesh, cube. There's my cube. Right, there's the second piece, according to my drawing. S, Z, and it's going to crank this up a bit. So proportionally, I'm just making this like that, okay? Now, I'm going to add my edges so everybody could see this. Wireframe edges. Okay, and I'm going to scale this out already, like by a factor of 0.1 or 0.2. If I hit S for scale and I type in 1.1, look at that, how nice that is, right? Shift D for duplicate, and then press Z. That's one method. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to do it again. Take this piece, right click, duplicate is the simple method, and then Blender is going to be lost now. If I press the letter Z, it hovers itself. It kind of constrains itself. I like this to be a touch bigger, so I'll go S1.1. See? However, anyway, it's not the right thickness, so I'll just I'm just eyeballing this right now. Okay, done. Okay, stay in the move tool. I'm going to duplicate this piece as well. Right click, duplicate, or Shift D, Z. Thank you. Bring your scale tool in right here and make this smaller, just like that. Okay, I'm going to go to my move tool. I like staying in the move tool. So normally if you don't want to be going back and forth like this, just type in G for grab and pick an axis. So G, Z, G, Y, G, X. It works. So now we're going to go middle scroll here. I'm going to see what's going on. Okay, not bad. So something simple. Let me show you this top one. For example, if I tab in, some of you in grade 9 classes, I don't think tab works for you. So essentially what I'm saying is go from object to edit mode. Go into face, click on the top face, move your mouse somewhere here so you get your spider web, S, and scale that down. Look how nice that looks. Tab out or go to object mode from edit mode. Edit mode, go to object mode. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to slide this down. I'm going to hover, middle scroll here. I'm going to click down here, tab or edit mode, same thing. Grab the bottom face. Move my mouse away, somewhere out here. S for Spidey web, like that, okay? And if I find this a little too long, I can just move it up on the Z, see? Like that, so that works, nice. And then I get out of it, tab or object mode. All right, I'm gonna go to orthographic view for a second. I'm gonna grab the bottom piece and I'm gonna bring it up here, okay? So looking at this right now, I'm seeing that it's really wide down here, but I'm not gonna worry about it at the moment. Okay, here's the next part, which is a little complicated. So it's like when you guys made the chess piece, you guys use Inset. So nothing new is happening here. I'm gonna add Inset on. So let's tab for a second. I'm gonna press the question mark or forward slash. I'm just gonna stay in this mode. So forward slash, on, off, everything other than what you've selected is hidden, okay? So, click on a face, but I want the entire loop, right? So I need to hold Alt or Option and on an edge, left click, there you go. You guys know about Inset, right? If I press I, Shiv, watch. I'm going to do that, right? But what I wanted to do is bring it inwards, right? Man, I thought I recorded this already. Who knows? Now, individual. So look at this. Individually, these came in. It's not bad. Okay, I'm going to undo this. I'm going to do it again. Okay, so I'm going to do another version of this, but I'm going to show you something a little more advanced. I'm going to type in N for the numeric input. You see this object right now is not fully scaled. So when I do create these insets, they're not going to be proportional. So if I press CTRL A on a Mac or Windows, doesn't matter, press scale, watch the number change. CTRL A and then scale. So all of this becomes 1. Now watch how cool this is going to be. I'm going to tab in. I'm going to hold Option left click here or Alt on a Windows. I'm going to press I for inset like this. Now it's all proportional as well. If you unfurl this right here, click on the arrow, make sure it's individual, otherwise you get that, individual, like that. Okay, so this number, what is it, 3.38, so let's say it's 0.3 only, that's what I get. I'm making up my own number, it doesn't matter what number you use, okay? So far so good. Then we're going to go to extrude, which you've done for the chess piece as well. Extrude along normals. What is that going to do? I have no idea right now. Let's see. Left click, drag down. Look how nice that is. Oh, that's sweet. Right there. Okay, so I made that inside. What I'm going to do now is something a little more advanced. I'm going to create 2 pluses here. 1, 1. First one, I'm going to call it, I feel like I've already recorded this. So I'm going to call this lamp, and then this one is going to be lamp fire. Okay, something like that. Lamp or candle or whatever. Fire. Let's just say fire. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do for this one. I'm going to get out of principle. I'm going to go to emission, which you guys have seen me do before. Go over here. Click on oranges. Something like that. Okay, change this to 5. I have no idea if it's going to work or not because I'm not going to see it here. So I'm going to say assign. Remember to press assign. All right. So, all right, let me go into light. See that? Already that's pretty sweet, right? So this lamp here, if I change this color to possibly like a blue of some kind. See, something like that, like maybe purplish. A little darker, that looks sweet, right? Okay, like that. I'm good. This will look nice. Now, you're going to see that you're not, you're going to see now, even if you come over here into light effects and everything, there's nothing happening. Because until you go to this part where the camera is, unless you press bloom, guys, this is not going to show up. Okay, if I don't press bloom, this is not happening. So you need this, just like I did with the glows before, okay? So that works for me. I like this. I'm going to stay in the color mode, not lighting, like that, okay? So I'll go back to the beach ball. I'll pick these pieces here. But this time, I'm going to come down here, look for this, like that. Click each piece, furl this down. Every time you create something, you have a history of it under the beach ball here. So I'll just go like that. Done. Okay? So you can see that looks pretty sweet. I'm happy with that. And now this will look really nice in your scene. All right? Hope that made sense. And of course, you don't need to see it in lighting mode. This is a simple lamp. You can decide how you want this to look. That's it for now. Thanks.